ribs, chicken, pork, brisket. At the Blue Ridge Barbecue Festival in Tryon, North Carolina, cookers are serious about competition. Preparation begins days, weeks, even years in advance. We've got the secrets of competition barbecue. It's Hog Heaven inside the Blue Ridge Barbecue Festival.
The Blue Ridge Barbecue Festival is one of the most prestigious competitions in the country.
Teams from all over camp out for days for the chance to bring home the big trophy.
This is my first year here, and I've heard about it. Everybody that I talk to, and I tell them I do barbecue competitions, the first thing they ask me is, have you going to Tryon? Or are you going to Tryon? You know, this event is the cat daddy, the big daddy, you know, of anything around here.
Yeah, we were surprised when we first got here. We were looking out, and we thought they were going to set up the stage and stuff over there because we didn't know what to expect, and so we never left our little area here. And then this morning I got up and I started walking that way, and there's a whole state fair going on. It looks like down on this end. We've never seen anything like it, so it's going to be exciting.
It's a lot of fun. We're ecstatic to be able to do this. They sent out an email saying that they were going to limit teams this year and narrow them up, and so this year when they said, you know, we're going to do that, we were kind of thinking, oh, I hope we make the cut, but we were able to make the cut. I think they've got like 80-something teams here this year, so there's some big players here. So I like going up against those people because it shows where I stand with the bigwig guys, which is usually middle of the road.
And there's some good teams out here. There's some top-notch, world-class barbecuers here. And that's just fun to me to go out there and see how I stack up against them in a cook like this. So that's what drives me at these things. I get here and I just want to see where I stack up with some of the best barbecuers in the world.
And it's not just the cookers. Judges and visitors come from all over the South to see what the Blue Ridge Barbecue Festival is all about.
Oh, I come to get the barbecue ribs.
One of the things that makes this event so great is the spirit of community that we have.
The way it smells, the way it feels, and you know, it's just so good. It's the beginning of summer.
It's a meat contest, and I'm looking at the meat.
I'm a barbecue cooker myself. I just like to come see what people do up here.
Prime example of Southern hospitality.
This is one of the best KCBS contests out there.
Tryon is one of those ones that you want to do. It's always been a very prestigious contest. It's one of those contests where you don't really care if you win a trophy or money as long as you get your name called.
Good barbecue. And we had a real good barbecue today.
It's one of the better ones. On the East Coast, it's probably the top 2 or 3.
Honey, there's 3 things I know something about. I'm a retired industrial electrician. I was a tour guide at Jack Daniels for 13 years, and you can look and tell I know something about eating.
For cooker Andrew Clower, the competition starts a week in advance.
The week before a competition, I always kind of look at my stock of rubs and sauces and charcoal to make sure I have what I need for the next week in case I need to order anything, leave plenty of time for it to get here by mail. Mondays, I like to get my rubs ready to go. On Tuesdays, I go shopping for my chicken, ribs, and pork butt. Wednesday night, I'll trim chicken and make sauces. Thursday night, I'll go get my trailer, come home, pack the trailer up, get everything in it except for the meat. On Friday morning, I'll get the meat out of the refrigerator and load it up on the trailer and head to whatever competition I'm going to. Once we get there, we'll get set up and then get our meat inspected. And as soon as we do that, we're trying to get as much flavor in our meats as we can and get them on ice and then get ready to start cooking on Friday night.
For some cookers, standing behind the grill is an everyday job, and for others, it's a very expensive hobby. So what inspires them to spend so much time and money making food?
I've always been competitive, and I've always liked cooking. So this kind of combines both of those things, competitive cooking on the KCBS circuit.
Both of us dabbled in barbecue, and we said, hey, we do some pretty good stuff. Let's go ahead and compete and help them out, and so we did. And we came in dead last in both categories that they had, which we thought our stuff was great. Now we just do it because we have fun, you know, enjoy it. It's like playing golf for some people.
What's the appeal of cooking barbecue and competing? What do you guys get out of it?
Well, hopefully trophies and money. But the fun and you know, we're not big golfers or anything like that. We enjoy the fellowship together, going out and doing something that we all 3 enjoy. And, you know, this is a great place to do it.
We all have real jobs, and this is what we want to do when we grow up.
Right, that's exactly right.
Next on Hog Heaven inside the Blue Ridge Bbq Festival, how the cookers come up with their team names, and one very unusual good luck charm.
Join us at the Blue Ridge Bbq and Music Festival June 10th and 11th. On Friday night, the Steep Water Band takes the stage at 9:30. For complete schedule, go to BlueRidgeBBQFestival.com.
I'm Megan Heidelberg. Watch Scene on 7 weeknights at 7:30 for everything you need to know about events happening where you live. From festivals to concerts, new restaurants, and parties, Scene on 7 has you covered. And don't forget, we're online at sceneon7.com or connect with us on social media. We want to hear about your events too. Just send an email to sceneon7@WSPA.com. Scene on 7, your place for everything entertainment, only on 7. Welcome back to Hog Heaven inside the Blue Ridge Bbq Festival. With names like Pigs in Heat and Too Bad You're My Cousin, we just had to ask the cookers, how did you come up with your team name?
I decided to go out on my own and form a team by myself, and I had to go get some help from some people. First time we went to a competition was Greenwood in 2011 as Bald Hog Bbq. We took 4 smokers, 1 for each meat because we didn't have enough room on any of them to do all 4 meats on 1 smoker. It was right before that time that I had shaved my head, and Bald Hog Bbq just kind of came to me after that.
The name, I'm originally from Texas. I'm a big University of Texas fan. University of Texas says hook 'em horns. And one day I said, you know what, how about cook 'em horns? I do my logo here, I don't know if you can see it or not, being from Texas, you may have saw it. It's blue and red and white like the state of Texas.
I don't know how we came up with it, but people tend to like it. Cassette tape from Public Enemy, laying on the garage floor, we saw it. So that's how we came up with it.
Actually, my wife thought of it. Pigs in Heat. I checked the internet, nobody had it, so that's how we got it.
A bunch of friends of mine and I who started the team together, they used to make fun of me being from Georgia and the fact that we tend to marry our cousins there. So that's really where the name came from, is me being made fun of.
It's not just the teams that get a name, sometimes the smokers do too.
When I was looking for a smoker of my own, I had a couple in mind, but I did have a name, Fat Frank. And before I even bought the smoker that I have, he already had a name. He's short and squatty.
There is also the occasional good luck charm.
If you come into our cook site, we ask you to squeeze the pig for good luck.
The cookers arrive at Hog Heaven on Friday night, and there's a little time for fun before the serious competition begins.
The stress usually starts on Saturday morning. Fridays, we get there, we get our meats ready, we hang out a little bit with some other competitors. Usually we got to go to a cooks meeting, mandatory cooks meeting every competition. Then we'll have supper. A lot of times it's a potluck with all the competitors pitching in. It's a good friendly atmosphere. There's a little trash talking between your good friends. Everybody's there to have a good time. Everybody's there in a very friendly manner, but that doesn't stop a few of us from sending some jabs at other teams.
Next on Hog Heaven inside the Blue Ridge Bbq Festival. Saturday is the big day and it's a race against the clock. Plus, we're getting some of the cookers to spill their secrets.
Join us at the Blue Ridge Bbq and Music Festival June 10th and 11th. On Saturday night, the Marcus King Band takes the main stage at 9:15. For a complete schedule, go to BlueRidgeBBQFestival.com.
Welcome back to Hog Heaven inside the Blue Ridge Bbq Festival. As the sun comes up on the competition Saturday morning, cookers have already been working for hours. For Andrew Clower with Bald Hog Bbq, he's got his own place to rest, right in the back of his trailer.
All right, let's take a look inside my trailer. A lot of teams come with big toy haulers that are much more luxurious than I've got. I just got what I needed, and this is meant for one thing, and that's 1 or 2 people coming and doing a competition barbecue. A couple of other things that I really wanted to get out of my trailer is a place to sleep. So this is where we catch some sleep from about midnight till about 6. Our smoker allows us to get some rest. There's a lot of teams still cooking on stick burners that don't get a lot of sleep. That was important to me. I used to come back from these things just worn out, tired, spending time in the heat, not getting any sleep. and it'd take like 2 or 3 days just to get over going to a competition. Another thing I also wanted was a bathroom, place to wash your hands, place to use the restroom so you don't have to go to a festival porta-john. So we got water. We don't have to be hooked up to city water. We are here. A couple competitions don't have hoses that you can hook up to, so we're self-contained. Onboard water tank and a pump. So about the only thing I don't have is a generator. So I gotta have power.
First place, and our sincere congratulations. You get a trophy and a check. It's Boomtown Barbecue. Yeah. Jeff Lamont from Boom. Congratulations, boys.
We wanted to know how cooking for a competition is different than cooking for a crowd.
In barbecue, there's usually 3 kinds of barbecues. What you get at a restaurant, what you can cook at home, and what you can turn in a barbecue competition. The barbecue competitions, usually you're getting 1 bite to impress the judges. That's all they're really gonna take out of your sample. So you gotta pack as much flavor into that 1 bite for those judges that they'll remember it and give you a good score. But there's so much flavor in that you wouldn't want to eat a whole rack of competition ribs. Everybody talks about fall off the bone ribs. That doesn't do good in barbecue competitions. You're trying to hit a certain mark on all your meats, not overdone and not underdone, to be perfect for the judges. That's stressful. You might have a particular flavor profile that you like, but you might go to a different region that they don't really particularly care for that. In North Carolina, eastern North Carolina, vinegar is big. You can't take a really thick sweet sauce up into that area and really expect to do well. The judging criteria tells the judges they don't have to like the flavor, but if they did like it, would it be good?
People eat with their eyes. So if it looks good, you immediately in your head, you think it's going to be good, but it's not always good. You know, you're still looking for that sweet, smoked, moist, tender meat. Hell, you don't like a tough steak, do you? Don't put that in the air.
You got 2 types of barbecue. You have competition barbecue and you have eating barbecue. All right, the criteria is altogether different or whatever. Like I said, eating ribs falls off the bone. Competition ribs, according to KCBS's standards, is overcooked or whatever and all. You go to school to be a certified judge. They teach you the criteria that you judge to. Like I said, you're not there judging what you like or whatever and all like that, what you judged last week or whatever. You're judging the piece of chicken, pork, brisket, whatever that's in front of you right then.
When the meat is done, it's all about the turn-in box. And from parsley to lettuce, cookers put a lot of effort into making it look good.
Are you putting it in the middle or on the
Yeah, we're going to put it in the middle just to cover them bones. Make the trail look pretty.
All right, I'm going.
After spending the day with the cookers, we tried to get them to spill their secrets.
Secrets of the success, I think, is practice, keeping good notes. I take notes on everything. I can go back into some notebook and find out what temperature it was on April 11th of 2004 when I was cooking a pork butt on my very first smoker. Keeping notes, doing the same thing over and over again has been the key to more consistent finishes for me.
What's the key? What secrets have you guys learned over the years?
Well, we can't tell you all our secrets now because this is going to be on television, but I think it's really just a matter of a lot of pre-planning ahead of time, and also just learning from previous years. Your mistakes that you make over the years, and you just get a little bit better and a little bit better.
Consistency. Cook it the same way each time you cook.
So for you, what's the secret to good barbecue?
Cold beer.
In the final hours before turn-in, it's crunch time for these cookers.
It's all about finding the perfect balance between falling off the bone and being overcooked.
We don't feel nervous anymore. We've done it so much. We know what we're doing. Things become second nature when you get there. The unknown of what am I supposed to do is gone. You got a timeline. You practice at home. You've been doing it a long time. You practice it week in, week out. And you get there and you just know what you're supposed to be doing. It makes it a whole lot more comfortable after you've done it enough, practiced it enough, and you know what's going to happen the whole weekend.
So now you must be feeling kind of stressed right now, huh? Is it crunch time?
Just a little. Nothing major. We're used to this by now. And it's really kind of exhilarating. It's a lot of fun.
A 2-hour window to get it right, and this is the get it right window, so it's a little bit stressful.
So tell me, how are you feeling about right now?
Panicked.
Everything's got 5 minutes to turn in.
And sometimes it's a rush to the finish line.
Good job! Good job!
Next on Hog Heaven inside the Blue Ridge Barbecue Festival, which cooker will take home the grand prize? We'll show you how the competition stacks up.
Join the 7 WSPA team at the Blue Ridge Barbecue and Music Festival June 10th and 11th. And this year, admission is free on Friday for all residents of Polk County and Landrum. For details, go to BlueRidgeBarbecueFestival.com.
Well, the scores are in, the cookers are standing by.
And it's time to find out who really is the best of the best.
Next winner overall is referred to the grand champion. And this is a second time for this team. They get $2,500, that bowl, and that team name is Rocky Top Barbecue.
Grand champion, how you feeling?
We're feeling good to win this one 2 times in 3 years. That's hard to do, especially with 2 first place meats. We had a 180 in chicken, which is a perfect score, and we had a perfect 180 in ribs too.
What do you think did it? What was the secret?
We just do what our thing. We stay focused and have good meat, and we just cook it and turn it in, hope for the best, and got to have a little luck.
So you just won the championship for North Carolina. How are you feeling?
Oh, fantastic. That was one beautiful trophy they had. I mean, that's going in my showcase. And we had won one up here before, but this trophy is fantastic. I had 4 decent meats, and that's all you can do. This game is a game of you've got to cook it right. Flavors can be anything, but you've got to cook it right to score. And that's what I have finally learned to do, is cook it right. This game is who makes the least mistake wins. Because I don't care what you do, no 2 pieces of meat are the same. You never know one week to the next what it's going to do. Like today, our brisket took 1.5 hours longer than normal to cook. You never know. But it all turned out. We tickled to death.
Well, I tell you what, getting a 6th place overall finish in this crowd really makes you feel good. There's some awesome cooks here. We've had some limited success at this event. Last year we had 2 meats that had very good success, but then 2 meats that were 1 mediocre and 1 horrible. So to come here and put a good, consistent 4 meat cook together and get a top 6 means the world to me. I mean, that's a good feeling for me right now.
So if you thought competition barbecue was easy, now you know winning takes a lot more than just cooking.
And none of us will ever really know how they do it, but good cooks never reveal their secrets.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Vanessa de la Viña.
And I'm Jennifer Martin.